Transmitting to you from Old Heart Radio.
All right.
Here we are once again.
It's Matinee Edition.
Look at me. You can't actually. This is a podcast. I forgot.
Listen to me.
Listen to me. Damn it.
So
wait, hold on. Sorry.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Batman?
I was gonna do a Batman voice for the number 43.
Where is she?
That's always such a great. Where is she? Oh, sorry.
I rewatched The Dark Knight. I think it's pretty funny. Like right after that scene, he's walking out of the police station, and fucking, I always forget his name. The cop dude. Why Gordon? Why do I always forget Gordon's name? Gordon's like, who are you going for? He goes, Rachel.
Rachel. All right, folks. So seriously though, this is number 43. Number 43.
We've been blessed. There is a God.
There are many gods according to the DC multiverse.
We have news. We have news.
We actually have
so
news.
Much.
Don't mistake that for nudes. We're saying news. Okay.
We have news.
Mostly, almost entirely DC related.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, because it was a big week. Thank you, DC. Thank you, Warner Brothers. Thank you, HBO Max.
I said this right before we started recording. This is the first time I've ever been impressed with DC.
Yeah, man. Like
at least in the movie department.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, at least in terms of like their movies, this is the first time it looks like they're finally getting their shit together.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Quickly off the top, I want to throw out just honorable mention to the games that they announced that look sweet.
Oh yeah.
So we have Gotham Knights. I keep calling it Arkham Knights because it's Batman, which will have you playing as the Red Robin, Nightwing, Red Hood, or Batgirl, and it looks fucking sweet.
This is fucking dope, dude. Like, it's just awesome to be able to like play, like have that spread of characters to mess with. I personally would dig into Red Robin.
Yeah, I think I was watching it and I was like, I'd go for Red Hood. Red Hood looks sweet. He looks like a tank.
Oh yeah, I bet. That looks like it would be. It's gonna be fucking fun. Is it set like alongside the other games?
I'm not sure.
Like
it's sort of up in the air because they mention at the top that like Gordon's died.
Oh shit!
But,
yeah, that's right.
But that didn't happen in the Arkham games.
Fair enough.
So I'm excited to see it. Looks like they're going to be going into the Court of Owls. So which is like an intriguing storyline that a lot of like Batman culture hasn't really touched on outside of the comics.
Yeah, but I think we're starting to see more of it. I think you're right though. I think sometimes video games lead the way, where they start touching on subjects that they like companies hope will get popular.
Yeah.
And like this, if they can pull it off, like, and kind of get like a little bit more of an audience for it, you'll probably start seeing it combined with like other media eventually. So I think Court of Owls is going to be like an interesting thing in DC's future in terms of like some of this media.
Yeah.
What about the other game? What's the
other game? Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad. Kill the Justice League.
Kill the Justice League sounds fucking awesome.
It sounds pretty great. Which it looks like just like a co-op, like fucking around as like members of the Suicide Squad. And they're hunting down Superman in the trailer, so who the fuck knows? That one's like 2 years out though, so
interesting.
Yeah, they announced it pretty early on.
I've heard a couple of things about that. I mentioned one. One was I heard it was set kind of like technically in that same like Arkham verse.
Yeah.
I don't know much about that.
Yeah.
The other thing is that I heard that you're basically in like a free roam metropolis.
Yeah.
Which is I bet will be like, I mean, have you ever played the Spider-Man game?
I have not. I don't have a PlayStation.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah,
they made New York feel so big.
Yeah.
So I imagine that might be something that they're going to try and replicate in this game.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, like some of the traversal looks similar. Like there's a lot of like flying around, like Deadshot has a jetpack. Boomerang can teleport. King Shark looks like he can jump crazy heights.
Who are you most excited about?
Dude, Boomerang looks sweet because he like blinks from place to place to catch his boomerang, which it looks pretty sweet.
It's kind of a new feature. It's like Captain Boomerang mixed with Nightcrawler.
Yeah, it's sort of the vibe I got actually. And he's blinking back and forth, and he has a double-barreled shotgun, so it looks pretty sweet. Like he was just popping dudes and then blinking out of there.
Yeah,
like, it looks pretty fun, but that's a ways away, so we'll see what happens.
Fair enough. That's fucking rad, dude. Like both those sound actually kind of fun. Do you know if they're gonna be coming out on like all?
They're gonna be coming out. I think Gotham Knights is gonna come out and everything, and then there's a new wave of PlayStations and Xboxes coming this fall.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be. I'm pretty sure that Suicide Squad is gonna be only on those because it's still a ways away.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Sick. Where do you fall on that? What looks better, the new PlayStation?
Dude, I've been an Xbox guy my whole life. So like as much as I want to play Spider-Man, like I'm sticking to my bread and butter here, man.
You're missing out, man.
You have a PlayStation. The whip. Yeah, you go play fucking Spider-Man and Fortnite.
Oh, that's true, dude. I love fucking around with kids on Fortnite.
Dude,
I still don't have my own ID. I play as my girlfriend, Sweet D86.
Actually, I do. I sort of hate myself for saying this, but I have Marvel news that directly relates to Fortnite.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
There's gonna be a Marvel Fortnite event, and it looks like Galactus is gonna be attacking the Fortnite world, and there are gonna be all the Marvel heroes, playable characters.
Yeah. It'll be fun to fuck with. They change everything up every like season, I guess.
Yeah, like every few months or something.
Yeah, but they have like a storm that like closes in on you if you're not familiar.
Yeah,
and that's probably I imagine that's probably what Galactus is. Like he's probably just like the storm slowly closing in on the map.
Yeah, and you can like play as Iron Man or some shit. Like
which would be fucking cool. But
yeah, I remember right when
it's gotta be Iron Man running around with like a gun.
Yeah, right when Infinity War came out, there was like you could find an Infinity Gauntlet and you get shot up in the air and you turn to Thanos and you just go on sprees.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah, that's the only time I played Fortnite, and then I was just like, uninstall.
Yeah,
I hate little kids telling me that I'm a pussy.
I've never listened to anybody on that game. I just mute everything and I just go around shooting fucking random people.
That's what I should do.
Yeah. But okay, so DC news. That's funny that Marvel had to sneak something in there. They were trying to jam in some sort of bit of news with DC. Like, DC's overwhelming everybody
for the first time ever.
But they also, I mean, the Fandome.
Dumb name.
Yeah,
dumb name.
So dumb.
Just like the worlds of DC.
They're so bad at naming things. But the DC Fandome kept doming because it was like
it kept popping them.
Like there's Shazam 2, which was announced. The title
Wrath
was
of the Gods or something like that.
Fury of the Gods.
Oh, good God. Yeah, pun intended.
Yeah. So that'll be fucking interesting. I think that probably falls. I imagine that probably falls. I don't know what the timeline is, but I imagine that probably falls after Black Adam.
Yeah,
because I hear that The Rock and possibly Superman will be in that fucking movie.
That's fucking bizarre.
Well, dude, like I mean, if you think about it, like that would be a really interesting way to like kind of plug Superman back into the DC movies.
Yeah,
if they're looking for that. Like Henry Cavill's been fucking nothing but interested in picking back up the role.
Yeah. And I quickly just like hopping off that to Black Adam.
Yeah.
Like you were talking about Hawkman. Turns out there's like fucking Dr. Fate.
Dude, they announced like a fucking JSA roster.
What is it? The Atom Smasher too?
Yeah, Atom Smasher who can like change his density and his his size at will. There's like
cough Goliath.
Yeah. There's gonna be a Hawkman. Fucking Cyclone, who I'm not familiar with, but that's I read that they basically tried to get Hawkwoman or Hawkgirl, whatever, in that movie, but for some reason, I think The Rock said this, but for some reason there was some like legal issues around that they couldn't.
Interesting.
So they went with this Cyclone character. Uh, so cool.
Can't wait to see Black Adam fucking destroy all of them.
Yeah, but it looks like this movie is going to be set probably over the expanse of different time periods, but mostly I bet in ancient Egypt.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. I'm intrigued to see what they do with it. Mostly he's like, I don't think The Rock is like a legitimately great actor, but he's entertaining and everything.
He is. He's entertaining and likable enough that you don't fucking mind.
The dude is a charisma machine.
Eventually he's gonna Tom Cruise, but like
Nah, he's too charismatic. The Rock is got to actually be like personable and like
I guess. I'm just waiting for him to have that like he's gonna be like a mashup of like Vin Diesel and Tom Cruise in their later lives.
Dude, I actually think The Rock is more likely to go the Vin Diesel route because like Tom Cruise, I feel like between projects he just like curls up into the fetal position and
they just put him back in his cryogenic chamber.
Exactly. that's what I imagine. While The Rock's like out there, he's always doing shit and he's always being nice to people.
I'll give it that. I have no hate on The Rock really. Like he fucking hustles and he always does seem like genuinely nice when he's like interacting with just fans and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's always like doing charity work too. So. Yeah.
But Black Adam has been long sought, dude. Like he's been teasing
he was cast earlier than Henry Cavill, right?
Yeah, man. Like
fucking bizarre.
He's been one of the earliest cast members of this like DCEU. I don't want to call it the world's DC. I think they should just stick with DCEU. By the way,
yeah,
because it's just like whatever, dude. It's a decent enough acronym. Just fucking
totally
keep it. So. I think that I don't know. It'll be fucking awesome to finally see him in that role. I'm interested to see what that brings into the whole universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that opens up probably like magic, basically.
It really does.
And I've heard that they're tapping into J.J. Abrams to maybe do a Justice League Dark movie.
I'd be down. I'd be down.
That'd be fucking rad. That
sounds great. That sounds
great.
Do it. So we got to keep moving here because there's so much news.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman.
We got
our trailer.
We finally saw the full we saw what happens to Cheetah basically. We don't see obviously much of it, but you see her near the beginning and you see her near the end of probably her storyline. And
it sort of throws me for a loop. That's Kristen Wiig. Otherwise,
yeah,
I'm down.
Yeah, I mean, I like no disrespect on Kristen Wiig because I think she's fucking awesome. Like her she's hilarious and but the hard thing is she's gonna have to break out of that comedic that role that she's dug for herself, and it's gonna be kind of weird to see her in this action role.
Yeah,
I think.
I feel like they had two options with Cheetah. It was either go for what a movie would usually do, which is make Cheetah just like a woman with really fast reflexes that that wore leopard print, but
exactly.
But they went for it and they're actually making her have the transformation physically.
Yeah, which is what's cool as a fan is that is more to lore and that's fucking. I mean, it's a bold move because, like you were saying, I think a lot of studios that would be making Michael Bay movies, they probably would just have kept her in a short skirt and that was cheetah print, and you're right, made her have fast claws or something, and it's cool to see that whatever they're gonna try and actually make it work. Whether it works or not is a whole different thing. The first time I watched that trailer, dude, I was watching it on a screen that had glare on it, and I was like, "This looks like shit." And then I watched it a second time, and I was like, "Okay, this looks better," but it still looks like
I need to get sold, you know.
But I know for a fact that they're gonna nail that '80s vibe. That first trailer already solidified that, and that's gonna really, I think, help the movie overall. And I think that there's gonna be some really cool action scenes because the first Wonder Woman had some really fucking awesome action.
Oh, dude, that fight through the village.
Yeah, dude.
In Wonder Woman, oh, it's so fucking good.
And that's what I mean. So I think they're gonna keep that up. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm not gonna go see it in theaters.
Yeah. It's I doubt I will either.
Sorry, Corona, but. Anyway, so Wonder Woman 1984. Gonna check it out.
Oh,
Snyder
Suicide
Cut.
Squad. Oh, SnyderCut.
Oh,
Yes.
no, wait. You're right. Let's save Snyder Cut for a second. Let's talk about Suicide Squad because Snyder Cut is juicy as fuck. Suicide Squad is also juicy, but not as ripe. Not James Gunn sounds like he's having fucking fun with that movie.
Yeah, I know. He looked like he was having a blast.
Yeah, I think the quote was, "This is the most fun I've had making a movie," or something like that.
Yeah. There's the dude.
Don't quote me on it.
There's the very short clip of the dude who's playing Javelin, who he used to be like a big YouTuber, and he sort of made it like he pushed himself into acting. He has like this weird accent.
I can't remember his name.
And he's like James Gunn. James Gunn is crazy. Everything's exploding, heads, genitals, everything, and and it just sounds like James Gunn had a chance to go ape shit with this film.
Yeah.
Like, and the character designs look sick.
Yeah, dude, it looks like there's some like bright costumes. There's some like, there's some really there's Harley Quinn's costume looks like
it looks dope.
Yeah. And James Gunn said that he was like the most fun, like the funnest character he's had in terms of like writing one has been Harley Quinn. So it looks like he's
I imagine.
Yeah.
Dude, and then Idris Elba's suit for Bloodsport. He looked like the alien.
Dude, he kind of does.
The little head.
I don't know. Like I'm really interested. That all of a sudden became like a really awesome looking ensemble movie.
It went from something that was sort of like in our peripheral to like, oh, this is real and it looks good.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But I don't know when that comes out. Like when I can't remember off the top of my head. Do you remember?
Yeah, no, I don't remember either.
Fair enough. Sometime in the future.
Eventually.
But so where you can go to watch the Snyder Cut. Did you hear about that?
HBO Max?
Just HBO Max. You don't even have to go anywhere. Suicide Squad, you probably gonna have to go to the theater. Wonder Woman 1984, you're probably gonna have to go to the theater. Snyder Cut, you get it right at your home.
Dude, I'm excited.
Yeah,
it looked good.
I told you the hype was real. It took a little convincing for myself, and then like over time, now you've realized as well. It looks pretty fucking cool.
It looks really good. Especially the significantly better Steppenwolf design.
Yeah. For sure. Well, now that he's not the main villain, he doesn't even have a fucking face.
No.
But speaking of main villains with faces, how'd you feel about that dark side?
Yeah, young Darkseid, as you mentioned.
Young Darkseid.
Yeah, as you said before the show.
Is that a rapper? Is that a
Young Darkseid?
MC Young Darkseid.
He's spitting.
Anyway, that was apparently like a young Darkseid, but that character design looked fucking pretty fucking awesome.
It looks great. I love that they just started off the top with that.
Yeah. I think I'm really interested to see. I mean, Snyder's been saying that he doesn't want to use any of Whedon's like footage, but I'm really interested.
I doubt they're gonna shoot more.
Well, that's what I mean, dude. I was like, are they hauling all these people and all this shit back together to shoot like more parts of this movie that like needed to be filled out from what Snyder had left? Because I doubt that.
Yeah, I doubt too.
So I bet there's gonna be. I'm really interested to see like if we can spot any like Whedon cuts in there. But
yeah, it'd be interesting to watch like the Whedon one because it's only like an hour and a half, and then watch Snyder Cut.
Yeah,
which is probably gonna be like 3 hours long.
Which will be a 4-episode hour long each episode.
Wait, really?
Series on HBO Max.
Shit, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Well, I think he's able to go ham because it's gonna be a fucking series, which is kind of awesome, dude. Like I think it's fucking great. I think it's a mistake to put that back out in theaters for sure, trying to compete like as a movie. And so I think this is a really good option.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if like this gets like widely accepted. If DC just goes like, oh, fuck it, that's we're retconning out the other one. This is the one we're all abiding by now.
Well, I've heard that the new Flash movie, the upcoming Flash movie, is supposed to firmly establish the DC multiverse in terms of this, like the movies and the TV and all that. So like their reality is splintered, and so this is like technically I read that this is all set in a different universe. Like there's this legitimately a Snyder universe, like
interesting,
like, basically. And so like there's all that. There's going to be, which brings me to like a quick flash news. That movie officially has Ben Affleck attached to it as Batman again, and Michael Keaton.
Wild.
So you definitely know that they're fucking with the multiverse in that movie.
Oh yeah,
which is super dope. Which brings me to the Batman.
Dude, it looks so good. It looks so good.
My dude, I could watch that video of Pattinson punching that dude into the ground like over and over.
It looks awesome.
Yeah, it like I'm so interested to see where all these characters go. The Riddler, looks fucking sinister, man. Like looks more sinister than we've ever seen.
You caught Penguin in that?
Yeah. Everybody's tripping like that's not Colin Farrell. Like
it is.
Yeah.
They made him look gross.
There is a beautiful man underneath that shit.
Yeah. But dude, Riddler, like I immediately thought I was like, fuck, I heard about Riddler in this, but it looks like it's Hush. Like
I wonder if they're like kind of mashing, like different storylines. I mean, obviously it's going to be an amalgamation of like bits and pieces of stuff, I bet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the deal with, I feel like Hush, he sort of occupies the same space as the Riddler. For those that don't know about Hush, his whole deal is like identity things, to my knowledge. Like
yeah, he's basically like a master plastic surgeon who can like manipulate. He can like cut up and like manipulate his looks.
Yeah, and I think in the Arkham games,
Bruce Wayne quite a bit.
Yeah, in the Arkham games, he makes himself look just like Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
That'd
be interesting if they can.
When I saw like the trench coat and like it's just sort of in like these short shots, but like the trench coat and the duct tape around the face, I was like, huh?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see. I've heard Paul Dano is killing it. That's what like Matt Reeves has nothing but praise to say about Paul Dano. He said ever since they started filming his role as the Riddler, like they have been blown away. So I'm really fucking interested.
It just looks so tense and so dark.
I think I saw Kevin Smith comment on the trailer thing saying something like, grab your flannels, this is like the grunge Batman. Like,
yeah.
And I agree. Like this is a dirty year 2 Batman. This is set in his second year operating.
And I love seeing him on the motorcycle with the helmet too. Just not looking like Batman, but just like sort of scoping everything out.
I loved seeing him like walk into that room full of cops with Gordon when they were investigating that crime scene, because I was like, holy shit, dude, like the police
they're really going for it.
Is like trying to embrace this, and which is like one of those things that a lot of movies start out, especially with the origins or like those first movies in the series, the police are usually against Batman. So it's kind of interesting to see that. Like, I don't know. That was a really fucking cool visual. His costume looks really interesting.
It looks sweet.
I've read that there's supposedly a costume change for him sometime near the end of the movie, which would be classic for a Batman movie.
We saw that he had like beefier looking like gauntlets in some set photos from a while back. I didn't really notice those in this trailer, so we'll see.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, and he had those in those like photos a while ago. He had those like almost Court of Owls, those like
totally
looking things. So I really think the Court of Owls is going to be a thing in the future here.
Yeah,
I mean, this movie's going to establish some of that lore.
So all we'd heard about this was that it took place in the 90s, but I'm sort of questioning that now, just because I saw some of the cars in the trailer were newer cars. And it sort of threw me off.